Welcome back. Earnings season is in full swing. We, of course, had Goldman out with earnings pre-market. The market seems to like those. Also, toy maker Hasbro and J&J. But let's start with Salesforce and what looks to be a new activist situation here brewing. Got a boost this morning after activist investor Starboard and Jeff Smith announced a stake in the firm. Jeff Smith said Starboard sees a significant opportunity in Salesforce. You're seeing Salesforce shares, which had been down about 40% year to date, perk up on this news. Now, I messaged Jeff Smith. He did not return my request for comment. Salesforce just returning our request for comment moments ago saying, quote, "We're committed to acting in the best interest of shareholders and are focused on continuing to execute on our strategy outlined at Dreamforce." And that is the last time I talked to the Salesforce team at Dreamforce. Mark Benioff, co-CEO Brett Taylor. And I think this is a team very focused on getting up the operating margins in this business. Now, are they showing that operating margin improvement as fast as the market would like? I would argue no, but this is, I think there is an increased sense of urgency even before Smith came into the picture here at Salesforce to improve those margins and get them going in the right direction.
Yeah, and those margins are going to come from that sales and marketing cloud. We know for marketing efforts, it's really going to be so data driven at this point. And yes.
Brad, not to interrupt you, actually, Jeff Smith just sent me an email and it looks like they are involved in Salesforce, and they have a fairly large position. So that should be an interesting situation moving forward. Now, how this usually works, activists will meet with the management team and go from there, but definitely a situation worth monitoring.
Noteworthy as well, some of the positions that Starboard has taken in the past, Office Depot, you think about Symantec, Darden as well, and so over the year, even Papa John's. And so with this, and the decline in Salesforce or CRM shares since the highs of, $311 in late November, this is a ripe opportunity for them to be able to get in, amass a large enough position, and we'll see what kind of weight they try to throw around as well, even at the board level, if they look to take on seats there, too.
It looks like maybe not, right? At least the initial report here coming from David Faber over at CNBC says that Starboard's not going to push for management changes. Now, whether they're pushing for a seat on the board is a little bit different than management changes, but still, is this a sort of activist light position maybe on the part of Jeff Smith?
But there's still a company in Salesforce. There we have the opening bell on Wall Street, and we see Rubicon ringing that opening bell. But this is a Salesforce still growing sales and earnings. So it's maybe not a typical playbook that he ran when he was involved with Papa John's, but still, I'm sure they will have a meeting of the mind, so to speak.
Yes. And by the way, Jeff Smith at a conference also talking about liking a couple other names, including Wix and Splunk. So seeing some lift for those as well.